I just finished getting my 3-pointers up. You know, gotta keep the form tight, the percentage high. But when I was shooting, I noticed, like, I can't believe I just discovered this, but if I just widen my base, I shoot way better. If I don't, I'll demonstrate. So this is how I would normally shoot. Like if I'm just trying to be quick. But I was shooting like 5 shots, 50 spots, or 5 spots, 50 shots, like repeated shooting. And I said, if I just widen my base like this, my feet further apart, I would shoot better. And I was like, if I knew this years ago, or maybe even just a couple months ago, I would have been better in pickup in college. And I was like, I would have even been better in high school maybe. But that's a trap, you know, thinking about what you could have done. And it kind of brings me to something I wanted to talk about, which is like today I went back to drawing. Like, I remember when I was really young, I remember saying this in another video, but when I was younger, like in elementary school, I used to draw. Like, I loved it. I drew pretty seriously, I would say. And I remember I didn't keep this like going through middle school or high school, but I always had an interest towards like drawing and animation and stuff. And I remember when my mom asked me, because you know it's like my sophomore year or junior year in high school, and she's starting to ask me about, you know, what I want to do, and I have to start thinking about it, you know, for college. And so I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? My biggest goal would be to be an animator at Disney. And I did some research, and I realized most of these people went to art school for college. And I was like, how do you do that? Well, you apply, obviously, but you apply with a portfolio, meaning these people already have things drawn that they can submit to people to obviously show. I was like, duh. And so a little junior year me, I was like, you know what, I'll give myself this summer until application season to get as good at drawing as I can. I didn't do that. Because I thought, you know, the distance between me and where these people are is too far. I can't make this up in this amount of time. But now that I've revisited it, I'm like, well, if I started then and I just went to college and did whatever, I would have had 5 years of drawing under my belt. And I think about this with my singing as well. I was too scared to sing when I was little. I was very insecure. I would never think I would be in front of a camera ever. But once I started singing, like, technically I started like freshman year of college. I realized I could sing. And even then I was thinking like, oh, what if I started earlier? And then of course even now when I'm taking it more seriously as a hobby, I'm like, oh, what if I started, you know, when I was in elementary school or middle school. I'm like, I'd be so good right now. But that's the trap. Like I was saying with the shooting form thing, keeping a wide base. Yeah, I could have done it then if I'd known it earlier. But you don't. You know it now. And sometimes it really is too late. But most of the time it isn't. It sounds really stupid and obvious, and I know I say that a lot these days. But you need to post 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to get through having 4 videos on your channel before you have 200. You need to suck at something before you're good at it. So really, it was just like my own folly when I was a junior by thinking, oh, because I'm not at that level now, there's no point in me starting. That makes no sense. I don't even know how a human being can logically think that up, especially somebody who, I mean, I would call myself smart, but that's just not good logic. And I think part of it stems from you not being able to stand living with yourself being bad, mediocre. You have such a big ego that you can't stand to see yourself be worse than somebody else. But you need to go through that to become who you want to be. So enough with the, oh, I could have started this then. So I'm already late, so no, I'm just not gonna do it. If you want it, the time's gonna pass anyway, so just put one foot in front of the other and start now. And be okay with being bad. I feel like this is becoming a theme from these sit and talk things. I think that's what I'm practicing right now, actually. You're live in front of you. Just practicing being unsure and not great. Like, these videos aren't great. I know it. It's very low effort, but that's what all I can get myself to do right now that feels easy and feels fun enough for me to do it. And that's where you need to set the bar. You can't set the bar at somewhere where you can't be. You know, it's better to be imperfectly consistent. So, yeah, I don't know how I really wanted to connect that to my shooting form, but something to do with embracing the starting points and not feeling like the starting point could have been years before, because it wasn't. It's done. See, like, the more you grow, the more I grow up, the more I realize that all these stupid, seemingly cliche and sappy and touchy, all these mantras like the present is a gift, or what something The Rock said, one day or day one, like, these things sound cringe, but until you really understand it, there's a difference between knowing the quote and understanding it. When you really understand it, it makes you want to do things like get in front of the camera and tell it to people. I guess go start today if you can. No, not if you can. Just go start today. And then if you hit a bump in the road, that doesn't mean you should stop. Take a break, like my friend says. Come back to it tomorrow. you'll feel just enough motivation. You might not feel motivation after you realize you were bad at it. But like 10 hours later, you might feel you might have recharged this much for you to be able to sit down again and do it. And that's all you need. Just showing up. Yeah. Go show up.